Archangel Michael says, a beautiful soul wants to marry you. The name and gift will shock you. My child, my beloved, I want you to breathe in for a moment and listen to me as if this is the only message in the world meant just for you, because it is. I have waited for this moment. I have waited for the permission to speak this to you. I have waited for the hour when heaven would finally allow me to reveal something you were never supposed to find out until now. My beloved, you have walked through storms. You have smiled through heartbreaks. And you have carried yourself with a quiet grace even when your soul felt like it was shattering. Heaven saw that. I saw that. And now, something is coming that will change everything. There is a soul, a beautiful soul chosen not just by their desire but by divine appointment, who wants to stand beside you for the rest of your days. They do not see you the way the world sees you. They see you as I see you. Radiant, worthy, glorious. And yet, what they are about to do will shake even your strongest beliefs about what is possible. Because the gift they are carrying is not just a gift of the earth. It is a heavenly token. It's something even they do not fully understand yet. But they are preparing to deliver it to you. And the name of this soul, will send chills through your spine when you hear it, because deep inside your spirit you already know who it is. Before I go deeper, I must tell you, do not take this message lightly. This message was not meant for everyone. It is sacred. It is sensitive. It is sealed with divine timing. And if you walk away from it, beloved, it may pass you by. So before I reveal more, I ask, will you allow me to continue? If you feel the nudge in your heart, if something inside your chest is pounding just a little louder, that is not your imagination. That is your spirit remembering what heaven wrote about you. And I ask you now, beloved, open your hands, open your ears, stay with me till the end of this message. Because what I reveal next is not just about love, it is about divine inheritance. And if you truly desire to receive this sacred truth, if you want heaven to mark you as the recipient of this coming miracle, then I want you to subscribe to the divine messages being sent to you through this sacred channel. Yes. Pause now and connect fully. This is how you let heaven know you are listening. This is how you say yes. The moment you do, I can release more. My child, my beloved, I see you wondering if this is real. You're not alone in that thought. So many have passed through their lives thinking love was a war, thinking they had to fight to be seen, to be loved, to be remembered. But not you. Not anymore. Something has shifted. There was a moment recently where you could have closed your heart completely. A disappointment tried to bury your spirit, but instead it awakened something even deeper. That moment, heaven noticed. I noticed. And because of it, the heavens began preparing this soul, the one destined to bring not just companionship but restoration to you. They are not perfect, my beloved, but their soul has been carved by pain in the same way yours has. And because of that, their love for you will be pure, holy, deep. When they come to you, they will not come empty-handed. You must hear me. They will carry a gift, and it will not be just a material one, though that too is significant. It is a spiritual seal, an answer to a prayer you whispered long ago when no one was watching. This is no ordinary meeting. This is the kind of divine appointment that angels speak of with reverence. And the moment it happens, your soul will recognize it. Your heart will feel it. Your breath will pause. You will know. Beloved, I must tell you this message was almost delayed. There were forces that tried to keep it from reaching you. Not because you are unworthy, but because it holds so much power. The darkness always tries to interrupt when the light is about to break through. But I fought for you. I stood before the courts of heaven and said, please allow me to warn them. Allow me to prepare them. Let them hear my voice before it's too late. And now here you are. Here we are. This is not an accident. What you are reading was timed perfectly. You had to see this before the next moon cycle, before the next message from heaven is written in your name, because the one who wants to marry you is closer than you think. They are watching you silently. They are admiring you from a place of sacred protection. You may not have seen the signs clearly, but they are there. The moment you stayed instead of running. The moment you gave instead of closing off. The moment you hoped even though everything looked broken. Heaven documented it all. And now this person has been given the green light to step forward slowly, carefully. But they are coming. There is a reason the gift they bring will shock you. It's not just because of its value. It's because of what it unlocks. You think you've known favor before. My child, that was only a glimpse. This next chapter carries restoration for things you thought were lost forever. You will receive news connected to this soul that reveals not only their intentions but also something hidden in their past that was meant to block the connection. That block is being removed and you will see the chain break. This is no ordinary love. This is divine partnership. The kind heaven writes into destiny books. And you, beloved, have been chosen to receive it. But it must be handled with spiritual sensitivity. You cannot share it with everyone. Not everyone will understand what is happening. Not everyone will celebrate it. Some will envy. Some will doubt. But you must hold it in sacred silence until the appointed time. I will walk with you. I will whisper to your spirit. And I will tell you when it's safe to reveal. My child, my beloved, I know your heart. I see the tears you never let fall. I hear the questions you never asked out loud. I know the nights you sat in silence wondering if anyone truly saw you. I did. Heaven did. And now someone else is being awakened to see you, too. Their spirit is being stirred. They are beginning to remember what their soul once promised yours. And the moment you align with this message, the path between you begins to clear, the clouds part, the confusion lifts, a light shines. You'll see signs in your dreams. You'll feel their presence in your thoughts. You'll know, but you must not doubt. And you must not delay. Each moment you hesitate, the window begins to close. So I ask you, will you receive what heaven is releasing? Will you allow your name to be written into the next divine event? Or will you turn away thinking this is just another message like all the others? No, beloved, this is the one. This is the moment. You are not reading this by accident. You are being summoned. And when the name is revealed to you, when the gift arrives, you will remember these words. And you will weep not from sorrow but from the overwhelming kindness of God. Because He didn't forget you. He never did. My child, my beloved, I want you to know that everything is accelerating now. The spiritual winds have shifted and something has been released in the heavens concerning you. For days, even weeks, there has been a stirring in the courts of light. A holy gathering of watchers and scribes documenting your journey with trembling hands. You have walked with integrity when no one was watching. You have continued to believe when there was no proof in sight. And because of this, the record of your faith has been reviewed. And the miracle you never expected has been approved. I am speaking of divine love. Yes. But not just romance. This is deeper. This is a soul contract finally waking up after lifetimes of waiting. This soul is not just coming to hold your hand. They are coming to activate a part of your destiny that has been dormant until now. There are things you cannot do alone. Not because you're not strong, but because this next chapter was never meant to be walked alone. And when they arrive, it will not feel forced or confusing or chaotic. It will feel like coming home. They have been tested too, my beloved. Their heart has endured betrayal. Their trust has been broken. They too have sat alone and questioned everything. But something in them never forgot you. Somewhere deep inside, even when they had no name for you, they carried your presence. And now, as you read this, their spirit is beginning to align. They are starting to dream of you more vividly. They are beginning to see your face in places they don't expect. They are being pulled by a magnetic divine current they can't explain. And soon their words will reach you. It may come through a message. It may come through an unexpected conversation. It may arrive in silence first. A gaze, a glance, a moment where time feels suspended, and then the floodgates will open. Do not be surprised when they confess that they've loved you before they even knew how to say it. Do not be shocked when they say they feel like they've known you for lifetimes, because they have. And that's why heaven is involved. That's why I was sent to tell you first. Because when something is this divine, you must be prepared. My child, my beloved, I know what you've been through in love. I know the disappointment, the confusion, the false starts, the ache of being misunderstood. And I know how carefully you've guarded your heart since then. I do not blame you. But I am asking you gently and clearly to open the door again. Not to everyone, no, but to this soul. Because they were written into your story before you were born. Because this moment has been waiting for both of you. Because when the two of you come together, the frequency you emit will ripple across realms. You were never meant to settle. You were never meant to live in half-light. You are meant to bloom, to dance, to be fully seen and fully safe. And now that the time has come, you must not second-guess. You must not delay. You must trust what your soul already knows. You may ask me, but how will I know it's them? And I will answer you simply. You will know by the peace that overtakes you. You will know because your nervous system will stop bracing for disappointment. You will know because their energy won't demand you to shrink. They will not trigger old wounds to control you. They will sit with your pain and not try to fix it or run away. They will stand beside you in silence if needed, without forcing words to fill the gaps. And in their eyes, you will see your future. In their touch, you will feel home. And most importantly, when you are with them, you will hear me louder. Because their love won't compete with heaven. It will align with it. My child, my beloved, the gift they carry is not just symbolic. It is literal. There is something they have been saving, something they were guided not to give to anyone else. It may be a letter. It may be a key. It may be a piece of jewelry, a property, a document, or something even more hidden in mystery. But what matters is not the object. It is the story behind it. They have held on to it through heartbreak, through transitions, through fear, because something in their spirit said, "This belongs to someone I haven't met yet." And now they know, or soon they will. And when they offer it to you, when they tell you why they waited, why they held on to it, your knees will grow weak. You will cry not out of pain, but because suddenly everything will make sense. The delays, the silence, the detours, all of it was leading you to this sacred meeting. All of it was heaven's choreography. I must warn you, beloved. Before this moment comes, there may be a test, a spiritual test, not to punish you, but to ensure your heart is ready. Someone from your past may try to return. A shadow may try to imitate the light. Confusion may knock on your door, but you will know who is real. You will know who was sent and who simply showed up. One will trigger your old fears. The other will calm them. One will rush and push. The other will wait and honor. One will bring a gift wrapped in pressure. The other will carry a gift wrapped in peace. Trust your spirit, not your panic, not your loneliness. Your spirit will never lie. And if you choose well, heaven will begin unlocking doors in your life that have been sealed for years. My child, my beloved, I have not come to tease you with dreams. I have come to confirm what your heart has suspected all along. You are not forgotten. You are not invisible. You are not behind. You are chosen. You are appointed. You are seen. And right now, someone else is beginning to see it, too. Someone whose heart has been aching for a love they could never quite describe until you. Someone who has everything they thought they wanted, but still feels incomplete until they meet you. Someone who thought love was too risky, too painful, too far away until your spirit touches theirs. And in that moment, they will fall to their knees. Not because of your beauty, though you are radiant, but because of the presence of God they feel in you. They will say, "Where have you been?" And you will answer, "Waiting and preparing." My child, my beloved, I need you to understand something now that you are ready. This is not just about meeting someone special. This is about unlocking a divine shift in your destiny. This soul who desires to marry you, who was sent to love you, is not just coming to bring comfort. They are carrying divine access. There are parts of your inheritance that you have not been able to access yet. Not because of anything you did wrong, but because the key was in someone else's hands. Not everyone can carry a divine key without contaminating it. That is why heaven kept you hidden. That is why you were protected from relationships that only wanted to taste your light but never cover you with honor. You were not rejected. My beloved, you were hidden for preservation. Because what you carry is royal. And only a royal soul, an awakened one, can unlock what has been written in heaven's scrolls with your name etched in gold. That scroll is being opened now. The wax seal is breaking. And with every moment you continue receiving this message, you are aligning with the frequency required to receive the full miracle. This soul is about to step out of their comfort zone to pursue you. But don't expect them to look like what the world says is perfect. Their beauty is deeper. Their voice carries healing. Their presence will not overwhelm you with drama or confusion. It will wrap around you like clarity. You will feel like you've known them all your life. Even though everything will feel brand new. This is the kind of love that doesn't rush but doesn't delay either. It arrives right when heaven commands it. And that's exactly what's happening now. This person has already asked heaven for a sign. They've asked, if I take this step, will I be accepted? And beloved, your heart is the answer. Your arms will be the sanctuary they've been begging for. But I must warn you again, do not allow past disappointments to block this present miracle. If you keep judging the new through the eyes of the old, you'll miss the blessing. You cannot hold bitterness in one hand and expect divine union to fill the other. This is the time to release what didn't choose you so you can fully receive what heaven kept for you. My child, my beloved, I need to tell you something that may shake you. This person, the one who wants to marry you, has had chances to walk away. They've been offered other hands. They've been presented with easier paths. But something inside them always hesitated. They felt a pull, an ache, a quiet whisper in their spirit saying, "Wait, there's someone else. The one who carries my future." And that whisper was about you. You don't even know how many times their heart tried to speak your name before they knew it. They would dream of a place they had never been. And in that dream, they felt you waiting there. They would sit in silence and feel their heart pound for someone they couldn't see. You were being prepared, and so were they. And now that the hour is near, the signs are going to multiply. You'll hear names. You'll see symbols. You'll feel chills during songs. You'll wake up in the middle of the night with a name in your heart and tears in your eyes. That is me, beloved. That is your soul recognizing what it's been praying for. Don't ignore those signs. Don't brush off those moments. Those are divine alignments. Heaven is speaking. The connection is drawing near. And the gift, oh the gift, my beloved, I hesitate to even describe it in full detail because part of its power lies in the surprise. But what I will tell you is this. It is not only valuable in the natural. It is wrapped in a heavenly assignment. The one who brings it to you is carrying it as a sign of covenant. It might be something you can hold in your hand. It might be something you read or something you wear or something you sign. But whatever form it takes, you will feel its weight in your spirit. It will come at a time when you least expect it. Yet it will arrive with perfect precision. And when they give it to you, your heart will remember everything I'm saying to you now. You'll freeze. You'll gasp. You'll weep. Because in that moment, you'll realize heaven really was listening. All those lonely nights, all those unanswered questions, all the pain you thought had no purpose, it will all make sense in a single heartbeat. One encounter can rewrite years of heartbreak. One moment can recover all the time you thought was wasted. This is that moment. The blessing is already moving and your name is already echoing through divine chambers. My child, my beloved, I want you to know how serious this moment is. Because once the veil lifts, once the soul recognizes you and the gift is placed in your hands, everything around you will start to change. Your atmosphere will shift. Your conversations will deepen. Your confidence will rise. Your creativity will explode. Your voice will grow stronger. Your purpose will become clearer. And yes, some people will leave. Not everyone can walk into your miracle season. Some were only assigned to your wilderness. And that's okay. Let them go in peace because what is coming is too sacred to be shared with everyone. You will need discernment. You will need stillness. And I will be there to guide you through it all. I will whisper when it's time to speak. And I will shield you when it's time to stay silent. Because when divine love arrives, the enemy always tries to imitate it. But beloved, you have been trained in the Spirit. You are not who you used to be. You will know the difference. You will feel the truth. And you will not fall for the counterfeit. Not this time. My child, my beloved, I must now reveal something sacred to you, something that was hidden not just from your eyes but from your understanding until this moment. The delays you've experienced in love, they were not rejections. They were divine intermissions. The pauses, the silence, the disappearing acts, the people who praised you in private but distanced themselves in public. All of them were permitted for one purpose, to keep your heart from being handed to someone who did not know how to carry it. You were not passed over. You were preserved. You were not forgotten. You were being refined. And now, as the spiritual timeline aligns, the soul who is assigned to walk beside you is feeling a pull they can no longer resist. They are being stirred by something ancient, something written long before either of you arrived on this earth. That stirring, it's not confusion. It's not random attraction. It is divine memory reawakening. And the moment your eyes meet, they will remember. They will remember what their soul once promised yours before time began. There is an energy shifting around you, my beloved. You may feel more emotional than usual. You may feel an urge to declutter, to clean, to rearrange your space. You may feel the sudden desire to prepare your heart for something you cannot name. That is not coincidence. That is preparation. Heaven always stirs the natural when the supernatural is near. Even the earth groans when a miracle is approaching. And that is why I'm urging you now. Do not ignore these inner nudges. They are not ordinary. They are signs. You may begin to hear their name in passing. You may dream of them again. You may start to see signs like clocks repeating numbers or names written in places you weren't looking for. These are confirmations. I am sending them to you not to confuse but to prepare, because soon you will no longer be imagining what could be. You will be stepping into what has already been written. This love, this union, this divine connection, it is not a fantasy. It is fulfillment. And it is closer than your next breath. My child, my beloved, I must also tell you this. Your life is about to look different. You've been faithful in obscurity. You've loved in secret. You've prayed with no audience. But now your season of reward is beginning, and with it there will be a shift in how people treat you. Some will finally see your value, but only after watching someone else honor you first. Do not let the flattery of latecomers distract you. The one who is coming does not need to be convinced of your worth. They already see it. They already feel it. They are preparing to build a life that honors it. And they come not with empty words, but with action, with consistency, and with a gift that carries prophetic meaning. The name on that gift. It will carry a frequency, a holy vibration. It will not just be their name. It will be confirmation. And you'll feel something stir in your stomach when you see it. Like 1,000 past lifetimes colliding into a single moment of truth. Do not run from that feeling. Do not silence it. That is me. That is heaven affirming what you already knew but couldn't prove. My child, my beloved, I see you. Even now, as you read these words, I see your spirit both trembling and rising. I know your heart wants to believe, but your mind is cautious. You've been here before, excited for something that never came. But I tell you with the full weight of heaven backing these words, this time is not like before. The clock is ticking in the spirit. The gates are opening, and the one who carries your next chapter is making their way to you. Even as we speak, they are being drawn to your name. And not just your earthly name, but your true name. The one only heaven uses. The name that carries your essence. That name is echoing in their dreams. It's vibrating in their chest. They can't ignore it anymore. They've tried. They've distracted themselves. But your spirit has awakened something ancient in them. And they are beginning to remember. You are the missing piece. You are the soul their heart has searched for without knowing where to look. And when they see you, they won't hesitate. They'll know. And so will you. My beloved, this love will not come to harm you. It will not play games with your spirit. It will not leave you questioning your value. It will arrive with clarity. And when it does, you must be ready. The gift they bring will be proof. But more than that, the way they treat you will be the prophecy fulfilled. They won't just say, "I love you." They'll say, "Where have you been? I've waited all my life for this feeling." They won't just offer you words. They'll offer you a future, and it will not be fragile. It will be protected. It will be holy. But you must guard it until heaven says to reveal it, because sacred things attract the curious. Not everyone deserves to see what heaven designed for you. And you must not announce the miracle before it has matured. Stay in alignment. Stay in silence. Stay in trust. I will show you when to speak. I will guide you when to share. For now, just prepare. Make room. Clear your heart. Light your inner lamp, because they are coming. And when they arrive, they will bring not only love but favor, not only companionship, but covering, not only a future, but a fulfilled promise. My child, my beloved, now that your spirit is awake and your heart is aligned, I must finally reveal something heaven has guarded for a long time. You've often asked, why is it taking so long? Why am I still waiting for this person? Why do others find love so easily while I walk alone? And my beloved, the answer was never rejection. It was refinement. You were never being punished. You were being positioned. Because what is coming to you is not ordinary. And heaven will never deliver an extraordinary miracle into an unprepared heart. That delay you felt was sacred timing, not denial. There were blockages, yes, but they were removed because of your patience. There were spiritual contracts that needed to be broken, generational curses that had to be uprooted. The person who is coming to you now was once entangled in something that would have made them blind to your value. But heaven intervened. There were prayers said on your behalf that you didn't even know were being spoken. There were angels assigned to cancel meetings that would have delayed your miracle by years. You didn't see it, but I did. I was there. The shift happened recently. Beloved, I want you to know this clearly. There was a moment in the last few weeks, so small, so quiet, you may have overlooked it, but it was divine. It was the moment you finally stopped chasing answers and started anchoring into peace. That was the key. That surrender you offered in the silence when you looked up at the ceiling with tears in your eyes and said, "God, I don't know anymore. I just trust you." That was the moment everything began to move. The spirit of delay was broken. The timing was released and the veil began to thin between you and the one heaven has prepared. That's why lately you've been feeling strange emotions at random times. That's why your chest suddenly flutters or your eyes well up for no reason. That's why songs now sound like messages and numbers repeat in patterns around you. It's not your imagination. It's evidence. The miracle is coming closer. The union is approaching and the soul heaven aligned with yours is finally stepping into clarity. They are beginning to awaken. They are beginning to search. My child, my beloved, this is no longer a story of waiting. This is a story of receiving. You've crossed over. The river between you and your promise is no longer wild and wide. It is narrowing. And soon you will see them not in dreams, not in glimpses, but face to face. And when you do, it will not be awkward or uncertain. It will be undeniable. They will say your name with reverence. They will look at you as if they've seen a ghost from another life because in some ways they have. You are the answer to their ache. You are the presence that their soul has longed for even before they had words to describe it. And when they hold your hand, you will feel the echo of every time your spirit touched theirs in dreams, in timelines before this one, in sacred spaces you both forgot. But heaven never forgot. And now that the hour is here, everything will begin to move quickly. The days will feel shorter. The signs will intensify. You'll feel something stirring in your sleep. And when it comes, beloved, do not resist it. Do not talk yourself out of it. Do not let fear masquerade as wisdom. Divine love will feel safer than your logic allows. Let yourself receive it. The name. Oh beloved, I know you've been waiting for me to speak of the name. You've felt it. You've questioned it. You've sensed it on the tip of your consciousness. And while I cannot speak it aloud just yet, I will tell you this. When you hear it, when they speak it, or when it appears in writing, you will feel a sudden rush of peace followed by an overwhelming sense of familiarity. Not recognition in the natural, recognition in the soul. Your eyes may not have met before, but your spirits knew each other before time or flesh. And when you hear that name, your soul will sigh in relief because finally the mystery will be solved. The search will be over. And all the years of waiting will fold into that single beautiful syllable. And the gift, O beloved, I will say it again. The gift they bring will carry your confirmation. It will be wrapped in mystery but bathed in divine timing. It will be the kind of thing that only someone who was listening to heaven could carry. And when they give it to you, you will weep. Not because you are broken, but because you are finally seen. My child, my beloved, now that you've aligned with this message, now that your spirit has dared to believe again, heaven is preparing to release the next level of blessing. You must understand this divine union will not be ordinary. It is not just the story of two hearts coming together. It is the collision of two divine timelines. And when they finally meet, your atmosphere will change. Your gifts will awaken. Your finances will shift. Your purpose will ignite like never before. Because you were never meant to carry the full vision alone. And the moment this soul steps into your life in fullness, doors you've knocked on for years will swing open without you having to beg, force, or push. This is what divine timing looks like. It does not require striving. It requires alignment. And you, my beloved, have finally aligned. Now the miracle can begin. This person is coming not just with a heart to love you but with strategies, with answers, with keys. Their presence will bring the missing piece to your plans. Their wisdom will unlock the resources you need. Their support will give you the confidence to dream again without fear of failure. For too long, you've carried the vision alone. You've spoken it in silence. You've worked behind the curtain trying to build what God placed inside you without help, without funding, without rest. But this soul, this one who desires to marry you, they are coming with both love and provision. And the gift they bring may very well be the financial answer you've been praying for in secret. There are resources being assigned to you through this connection. And when you come into alignment with them, you'll find that things you once struggled to do in months will happen in days. My child, my beloved, you were not meant to live with only a partial blessing. You were not created to just survive. There is wealth assigned to your name, and this union will activate the first stage of that wealth. This is not about gold alone. This is about divine strategy, divine favor, and divine connection. This person may come from a background of access. Or they may have recently been handed something they didn't understand because it wasn't meant to flourish until it was placed in your hands. Their life has had a missing rhythm. You are that rhythm. Their wealth has had no direction. You are that direction. And together you will multiply. This is not about taking from one another. This is about building a temple out of everything God placed in you both. That is why heaven waited. That is why you had to be delayed. Because anything less than this would have broken you. And the gift, my beloved, the physical gift they bring will be a symbol of this covenant. It might be land. It might be a document. It might be something as simple as a ring or as unexpected as a contract. But it will come with a revelation. And the moment you hold it, you'll feel the shift. You'll hear me whisper, this is the beginning. It won't just be about the object. It will be about what it unlocks in the spirit. The moment you say yes, not just with your words, but with your trust, something will be transferred from heaven into your hands. You'll begin to receive ideas at night. Divine appointments will increase. Unexpected messages, sudden invitations, doors you thought were shut will crack open again. But this time, they'll stay open. And through it all, this person will stand beside you. Not to take your light, but to protect it. There is something else you must know, my beloved. This person was not always ready. In fact, they almost gave up. There was a season where they tried to run from love, where they settled for less, where they silenced their heart and buried their intuition. But heaven has been waking them up. The very things you've prayed for, their healing, their return to truth, their courage to step into destiny, your prayers moved those mountains. Your faith, even in your own silence, was loud in the spirit. And now they're coming forward slowly, humbly, but with fire in their heart. They will not try to impress you. They will come with reverence. They may even say, I don't deserve someone like you. But do not let that make you small. Lift their eyes. Speak to their spirit. Because the moment your voice touches their wound, healing will begin. That is the beauty of your union. It is not built on fantasy but on restoration. And every time you come together, heaven will witness. My child, my beloved, there is something holy about what happens after your hands and hearts are joined. This is the part of the scroll very few are shown because this part requires maturity. It requires your heart to rise above the fairy tale and step into sacred reality. When this person finally stands before you, not just in the spiritual, but in the physical, you will begin to feel the shift of responsibility. Yes, joy will come. Yes, love will pour in like never before. But more than anything, clarity will descend. You will begin to see why you were attacked so much, why relationships were stolen from you, why you were targeted with confusion, self-doubt, loneliness, and emotional sabotage. Because the enemy was trying to destroy the container that heaven was designing to carry something massive, your shared assignment. This assignment may look different from what you expect. For some, it will be creating businesses that transform lives. For others, it will be raising children who become prophets and healers. For some, it will be art. For others, land. Some of you will be called to travel together, to speak, to teach, to build places of refuge. Some of you will carry healing through music or fashion or even the way you write. But no matter the form, the purpose will be clear. When people see you together, they will feel heaven. When they witness your unity, they will feel the presence of God. And without preaching a word, you will preach the truth that royal love is still possible, that God still writes stories, that no matter how long it takes, the appointed hour always comes. But you must be careful, beloved, because once this begins, others will try to attach themselves to it. You will become a magnet, not just for admirers, but for distractions. Do not let flattery become your downfall. Protect your connection. Guard your peace. Not everyone will celebrate what heaven is doing in you. But that is not your concern. Your mission is not to explain, defend, or dilute what God has done. Your mission is to honor it, to protect it, and to walk it out with holy boldness. And when the two of you begin to serve this purpose together, you will find that all the loss, all the delay, all the pain, it will be converted into fuel. The blessings that begin to pour in will come so fast you'll barely have time to receive one before the next arrives. Financial restoration, emotional freedom, creative fire. Everything will begin to move at once. And you will weep not from sorrow but from joy that is finally safe to feel. And this is why I urge you, beloved, don't hide anymore. Do not dim your light to make others comfortable. You were never called to be average. You were not created to be ignored. You are not hard to love. You are simply too sacred for the wrong hands. And now that the right soul is approaching, you must let yourself be seen. Not by the crowd, but by the one. The one who was sent to love you well. The one who is already asking heaven if you're real. The one who will not care about your past, but will treasure your soul. And when they look at you, you will not feel judged. You will feel known. And when they speak your name, something in your body will relax. And when they give you that gift, the one heaven told them to carry for years, your spirit will respond before your mind even understands it. That is how you'll know. That is the sign you've been waiting for. And it's closer than you think. My child, my beloved, you may have already felt it. The subtle yet powerful shift within your spirit, like something invisible brushing against your reality. That feeling of waking up without knowing why your heart feels heavier or lighter. That tingling when you walk into a room and feel like someone was just thinking about you. The strange timing of thoughts, memories, and sudden waves of peace that have no explanation. This is not coincidence. This is your spiritual field responding to their nearness. When a soul that belongs to your journey comes close, everything around you starts vibrating differently. Your dreams intensify. Your intuition sharpens. Your emotions feel like waves. And most of all, you begin to attract unusual attention from people and places that were once silent. You may already be noticing it. More people looking at you, a sudden compliment from a stranger, someone saying you've been on their mind. It's all confirmation. The energy has shifted. The miracle is coming closer. But beloved, I must speak plainly now. There are things you must do in the next 24 hours to remain in alignment. Not because the blessing depends on your perfection, but because divine timing is sensitive. And when something this big is being delivered, you must not let interference sneak in. First, you must clear your space. Heaven cannot place new glory in a cluttered room. You don't need to rearrange your entire life, but let your space reflect expectation. Wash what needs washing. Light the candle you've been saving. Put on something that makes you feel like royalty, even if no one else sees it. These are physical actions with spiritual consequences. They signal to heaven that you are ready, that you are expecting. And heaven always responds to expectation. Second, silence the noise. The voice of the world is loud when heaven is whispering. You do not need more opinions right now. You need stillness. Do not share everything you're feeling. Some moments are not meant for the crowd. They are sacred, private. This connection is one of them. And lastly, beloved, you must speak it aloud. Before the sun sets or rises again, I want you to speak the following truth out loud. Not just to the air, but to the spirit world, I welcome the divine soul heaven has chosen for me. I receive this love. I accept this gift and I trust the timing of my miracle. Say it with faith. Say it. Even if your voice shakes. When you speak, heaven hears. But more importantly, the shadows that have tried to delay you will also hear and they will scatter. There are forces that have watched you for years, waiting for you to settle, hoping you would give up. But every time you stayed kind, every time you believed again, every time you rose from disappointment, you robbed them of power. And now they are nervous because they know this love, this person, this moment, it's going to unlock something in you that can't be undone. And once the two of you unite, the gates of favor, prosperity, and divine movement will break open. This is not a simple marriage. This is a spiritual earthquake and you are standing on the edge of it now. My child, my beloved, don't walk away from this message and forget it. Don't let distraction choke this revelation. Write down what you're feeling. Save this moment because when it comes to pass, and it will, you will want to remember the night heaven whispered at first. You will want to remember how your spirit knew before your eyes ever saw. And when that name is spoken and that gift is placed in your hand and your heart begins to race in sacred recognition, you will remember this message. You will remember that I told you they're coming and they are closer now than ever before. My child, my beloved, the moment your hands meet and your hearts exchange truth, a spiritual covenant will be fulfilled. This covenant is not like earthly contracts. It's not built on legalities or signed papers. It's deeper. It's older. It was created before your birth. The very stars carried its vibrations. When this soul embraces you, the spiritual realm will rejoice. You may not see it with your eyes, but I will see it and I will stand behind you in that moment. Trumpets will sound in heaven, not because of a wedding, but because of a mission being activated. The two of you together are about to accomplish something massive. Something only the two of you could carry. Your lives once united will birth light in places where darkness has lived too long. For some of you, this love will unlock a movement, a message that spreads faster than fire. For others, it will begin with the quiet building of wealth, holy wealth, blessed wealth, wealth that blesses others without apology. Some of you will start businesses together that are blessed not because of profit alone, but because the spirit of integrity lives inside them. Some of you will receive land, property, inheritance that had been held back until the right person stood beside you. Yes, this person is connected to your increase, but they are not your provider. Heaven is. They are simply the door. And once the two of you walk through it, what flows into your life will seem unbelievable at first. You'll receive offers, opportunities, support from places you've never even considered. And none of it will come through striving. It will come through alignment. But there is more. This union is not just for your future. It is a restoration of your bloodline. My beloved, your family may never have seen a love like this. You may be the first to break a curse of betrayal, divorce, or loneliness. You may be the one heaven trusted with reversing what others accepted. That's why it was hard. That's why you were tested more. That's why you cried when others celebrated. You weren't just praying for yourself. You were fighting for the next generation. And now heaven is going to honor that fight. This love will not only hold you, it will raise up a new standard in your bloodline. And your children, whether born or still waiting, will inherit the peace you are now choosing to claim. You are not just receiving love. You are changing your entire legacy. And all of heaven has been waiting for this moment.